So hello everyone, welcome to this unboxing and review video of this Kingston HyperX 120GB SSD. So in this video I'm going to be reviewing this SSD, I'm going to be unboxing it, and then I'm going to be showing you how much of an improvement a solid state drive has over an SSD and why you should get one and get rid of your old mechanical hard drive. So just take a look at the box now. It's boasting read speeds of 555 megabytes a second and write speeds of 510. Now this is the 120 gig version of the HyperX 3K SSD. This is a part of their HyperX range, which is a high performance range that specializes in SSDs and RAM. So just open up the box now. The first thing that you see is this installation guide CD, which also has the hard drive cloning software on it. And I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. So the next thing in the box is the drive itself. This is a 2.5 inch drive, and I've got to say it's one of the better looking SSDs available. It's got the kind of X pattern on it to go with their HyperX series, and it looks like a brushed out aluminium on top. It's a quite a heavy drive for a 2.5 inch drive anyway. It's quite heavy. And then you have all your connections down at the bottom, so this can get plugged in directly into a laptop. So underneath the drive we have this mounting bracket, which is bright blue, stands out, and it says HyperX at the top, just trying to brand that HyperX again. So the SSD just sits in there quite comfortably, and you can still see the HyperX logo on top. Now this is for if you plan on installing this in a desktop PC which doesn't have any 2.5 inch drive bays, you will need that. However, if you're using a laptop, the SSD will plug straight in. Now the next thing in the box is this external case. So I just open it up here, and then you unlock it, if I can manage to do it. Okay, there you go. When you unlock it, and now in here you can put in your hard drive, your old hard drive, or you can put in the SSD and it can act as an external hard drive. This is ideal if you've got a laptop which only has space for one hard drive. You can then install your SSD in it but still have your hard drive for storage. Now this connects to your computer or laptop by USB, which I will get out in a second. And there you go, that's the USB wire connection for it. So the next thing in the box is 2 packs of screws. Now there's 4 screws in each pack. These are for connecting the SSD to the mounting bracket and then connecting the mounting bracket to your PC. The next thing in the box is this SATA 3 cable, which is bright blue, to go with the mounting bracket, and also to go. You'll only need that if you're using it in a desktop PC. As a laptop it will plug straight in. Now the last thing in the box, this is one of my favourite things about this drive for some strange reason, but it's a screwdriver, kind of like a screwdriver pendant. If you've built your own PC, you'll know that all you really need is a screwdriver, so having this screwdriver provided is excellent, and it's nice and small and easy to carry, so it's ideal for PC builders. So there's a quick look at the box. Now I'm going to connect the SSD to the mounting bracket, and I'll show you what it looks like before I install it into my PC. So I've got the SSD mounted into this bracket now, just show you what it looks like. It's definitely steady in there and it's not going to move, and it looks good. As I said before, you still have the HyperX logo on top, so you can still see that. Now on my case I have a hot swap bays, so I can easily swap out my hard drives, and this mounting bracket can easily be fitted into this, just as I've shown in this video here. Just click the 2 brackets into the holes on the mounting bracket and it's stuck in, so as you can see it's not going to fall out. Now all I have to do to install this into my PC is simply plug it in the front of my case and plug the wires in, and I'll be ready to go. So for installation, this is super easy to do, and anyone should be able to manage to do this without any PC building experience. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to set this up in my PC. Then I'm going to be showing you a side-by-side comparison of the load times between loading up my PC, with all the programs and the load times between games. So as you can see from them 3 tests, the SSD was dramatically faster than the hard drive. For loading up Grand Theft Auto 4, it's 20 seconds quicker to get into the game, which is quite a difference, and it definitely helps save frustration when you want to get onto a game. And if you're going to play it online, you're going to be on there before all your friends. Like when I used to play GTA 4, we used to play Manhunt. Last person on used to be on to start with, and you never want to be last on. If you got an SSD, you're going to be first on every time, way before everyone else. Then the next test was Flight Simulator, Now that was 1 minute 10 for the SSD and nearly 2 minutes 10, nearly 2 minutes 20 should I say, for the hard drive. So that's nearly twice as long for the hard drive. Now waiting 2 minutes 20 just to get into a game, nobody wants to do that, so the SSD is a massive improvement there, and it just shows how much better performance you get from your PC with an SSD. Then the third test was the load up of your PC, so 24 seconds I think it was to get onto your computer compared to 50, and now I've got quite a good computer and that was loading no programs, and 50 seconds a lot of people would be quite good, but if you can get 24 for an SSD, why not? Now the last test I think is the most significant of this. It was loading up my PC, but loading up about 10-15 programs at the same time. Now the SSD originally loaded up in 24 seconds, loading up the computer with every program took just under a minute, whereas the hard drive went from 50 seconds to 4.5 minutes. And if you look down at the icons, it didn't actually load all of them, it just gave up loading some of the programs. So that is a massive difference. So as you can see from them load times, SSDs outperform hard drives by so much. I would recommend an SSD for anybody with a laptop or PC. It will improve it regardless of your other hardware on your PC. If you are wanting to upgrade your PC to be better at gaming though, an SSD is not going to affect your FPS in game. It may help a bit if you're recording because it'll be writing onto the SSD quicker, but apart from that it's not going to affect your FPS at all really. So if you want to update your PC to be better at gaming, spend more money on your processor or graphics card. But if you just want your PC to be quicker in general, you should definitely get an SSD. You should definitely check out this Kingston HyperX one in particular. So now that we've seen how the SSD performs and how it compares to a hard drive, the last thing I'm going to talk about is this installation CD and the cloning software that it came with. Originally when I got the drive I tried installing Windows onto it, and for some reason it said driver files could not be found. It might be a problem with my Windows 7 disk, I'm not sure. It most probably is because my disk has just been lying around in a drawer for so long and it does look a bit scratched, so it's probably down to my disk. So I couldn't install Windows 7 onto it, so I decided to clone my hard drive onto the SSD by using the cloning software provided. Now one thing with this is my hard drive is 500GB and this SSD is 120, so I had about 380 gig to get rid of. Luckily though I have an external hard drive and I just moved most of my files onto there, and then I could start the cloning process. Now the cloning was very easy actually. Just load up the disk, put the disk in and restart your PC, it loads straight onto the disk, and then you just simply press clone. It does it all automatically and it clones everything onto there, including the startup and boot files, and that was just ready to go. All I had to do was then go into BIOS and make sure that it loads into the SSD instead of the hard drive, and that's ready to go. So it's simple to install, simple to clone your hard drive onto, and just overall very easy to use. So to conclude, this hard drive, as I was shown before, the speeds are insane compared to this SSD, should I say. The speeds are insane compared to a hard drive, and it makes such an improvement to any old computer or laptop, and I definitely recommend getting one. So thanks for watching everyone. This is the review and unboxing of the Kingston HyperX 120GB SSD.